Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned tonight. We're talking about the challenges of co-parenting. And I know everybody doesn't have kids. I know everybody not in a situation where they have to co-parent. But co-parent is a unique situation, something I've had to embrace over the past 3 years, after my divorce and stuff. And I can honestly say it's been quite adventurous.
Oh, okay.
To say damn at least, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
1 minute is good, one minute is good, next minute you be like, what the hell going on?
Well, I didn't have that problem, so I'm good. I didn't have to worry about that issue.
Yeah, but the thing about it too, but just having, we're having certain discussion with people, what I found out is everybody have different experiences when it comes to co-parenting. So, theoretically, they it's supposed to be a good situation because it's for the kids. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of times people have different things going on because you're on this path of life, the other person on that path of life, and you have different things that happen. I want to say good or bad, that's be determined. They can, throw a monkey wrench in certain things, or you have to make certain kind of adjustments and pivots. So I want to have a discussion tonight in regards to discussing the challenges of co-parenting, because I know a lot of people have different situations when it comes to that particular subject matter. So again, I am Deonte Burden. This is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We're talking about the challenges of co-parenting. Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. We got everything with that. And again, the main hub is the Changing Lives YouTube channel, where we have over 700 videos covering motivation, personal development, professional development, parenting. I am a single black father, having, I also give like challenges with that. We had a good video the other day where, and I'm going to do a show about it, where I asked about, black fathers under fire. I mean, if you guys have not been on the rock, you've seen, especially on social media, you've seen Russell Simmons with his daughter coming out. Puff Daddy's son got a DUI.
Okay.
Remember about a year ago, 50 Cent son crying about you gave
child support.
Yeah, you gave me $10,000. I want $30,000.
Right.
And then Brian McKnight got to get his daughter $300,000.
Really?
And just a lot of things. And my point with all that, we're gonna do a show on it. I'm gonna do it live at least. Why the hell does and even with Master P? Why do I see so many times with black fathers, and I know white guys probably go through it, white celebrities probably go through it as well, but why is personal business being handled in the street and then everybody giving their opinions? Because, you see the comments, yeah, he's sorry, he did this, that, and that. You don't really know. It's two sides, and I don't agree with kids throwing the dad on the bus, and I damn sure believe with damn parents fronting on the kids in public. So you just, real effed up situation. But that's a whole another live feed, but that video, I looked on, I haven't even seen on YouTube, but I know on TikTok the video has almost 5,000 views, and I mean maybe like 80 or 90 comments on that video. So appreciate everybody tuning in and checking that out as well. But again, tonight we're talking about the challenges of co-parenting, and just even being starting with myself, guys. I went through a divorce about 3 years ago,
right?
And so you go through the whole little part. If anybody hasn't been through this, I think with going through a divorce, if you're having a kid, period, you got to go through, if you have it set up where custody is set up, you have to state of Georgia, you got to go have that parenting plan.
Right.
And with the parenting plan, they have 4 facets, I think: education, religion, sports, and...
They get into it like that?
Yeah, education, religion, sports, and medical.
Okay,
and so,
okay.
I went the joint physical and joint legal custody.
Okay.
So theoretically, it's supposed to be everything even, but then out of those 4, 2 of them I have the deciding factor, the other 2 she has the deciding factor.
Okay.
And everybody different. You might have somebody have primary and sole custody. They just got all the decisions and whatever, and you can work it out on paper.
Okay.
So with that said, even that, you have what they call like a parenting plan, where they, everybody's set up, everything's set up how, you'll do it. This kids stay with this person weekdays, this month, may stay with other parent in the summer, however you have it worked out, right? Okay. And so at that point, everybody, you good. Nobody damn good.
Nobody's happy.
We just gotta get the hell out of here. Yeah, it ain't about what you want, it's about what the hell you can agree on.
Okay.
You feel me?
Right.
And so from that point, that's usually how things go when, you have custody set up. Now, some people they might not have a situation on paper, what I mean from a legal standpoint through the courts. So they may just be shooting from the damn hip.
Right.
Hey, I got them. I said I'm gonna get them. I ain't got them. Hell out. You know, you said this, that, all that kind of BS.
Uh-huh.
Or where it's not restricted, where they got money coming out of the check, or what kind of anything's set up. You know, to each his own. How you have it done. But regardless, you still got to do what's called co-parenting.
Okay.
Find some kind of happy medium where you guys can coexist as parents, with the kids being the focal point of it. And I, through mine, and I'm not finna go into anything that I've had to deal with my ex-wife. I'm not finna go in no kind of situation.
Right.
But I'm just gonna talk about it holistically, just with other people.
In general.
In general, there you go.
Right.
Speaking about it, because I know a lot of people actually go through this situation, and I can understand. Just you had those barbershop talks or this, that, and that, and have other kind of conversations. We may talk with friends and stuff like that. Everybody got a different experience. Some good, some bad, some horrific. And I want to have that discussion tonight to kind of have, that forum where everybody can kind of share their thoughts and views on certain things, what's right, what's wrong, what they feel may be indifferent on. So listen, guys, the damn phone is set up. So please call in 678-740-9894, 678-740-9894, and talk about, your experience with co-parenting, how you feel about it, how has it been going for you? It's good, bad, different, what you maybe want to change about it. But we are talking about the challenges of co-parenting, with everything, because we can probably paint a picture of what we envision as good co-parenting. And that may be some what's the damn talk show? I don't know if they were living together. I don't know. It was some, it's been several of them where the mom, dad, and everybody living together. What was the one? Was the one that Will and Jada had? They had a sitcom made on, like the guy was living with them, or they were living by each other. It was some kind of odd shit.
Oh, okay.
People just like, hey, we're cool. Like the guy, he cool with the boyfriend, the mama cool with the girlfriend, and everybody's cool, and
everybody's co-parenting.
And
great.
They doing going on family trips. Every now and then they might sneak in another one room. I don't know. But all seriousness, just having those situations that where everything's hunky dory and good to go. But the other side, I would just say the reality side. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but some of the challenges of doing it, because once you start going down that road, it went. Just say if you're married, like in my case, it was collective. Now it's boom, 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 and you guys, what you got going on. I got what I got going on, and we got to kind of intervene with what they got to go as opposed to just having that
in the middle with the rest
exactly.
of them.
And that shit is something.
It's hard
because everybody got something called life, and trying to mix everything up and get it on the same page. I would say challenging at the least. You know what I'm saying? We're doing that.
Unfortunately, this is not a topic I am familiar with, because when I got divorced from my ex-wife, my children were grown. So there was no co-parent that needed to be had, but I can say within the bottom of my heart, I'm 99.9% sure that it would have been a horrific story had I had the co-parent with my ex-wife.
Why you say that, Lab?
I just know her, and I have been married to her for 25 years. I know her. It would have been a terrible story. It would have been horrible. It would have been a horrible situation. It would have been a difficult situation. Like I said, my youngest child was like 10 or 11, and I had to do 7 years with that. I probably would have took myself out, because it's terrible. I'm gonna put it like this: she tried to get child support on my youngest child, and he was 21 years old. She tried to get child support on my grandchild on me, like. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
She tried.
Right.
Boy. Yeah, guys, feel free to call in 678-740-9894 and share your experience with co-parenting. And, when we start talking about the challenge of co-parenting, I'm going to go through a little list of different ones that I feel like have been challenges. They can be challenges for people that are going through the process. And the first one being communication and coordination difficulties. And here's the deal. I think people don't realize a lot of times how I think and move is just that. Everybody doesn't do that.
Right.
Short stuff here, there, by, where you at, what you doing, this, that, and that. That's me on the text.
Mm-hmm.
Coordination, we need to talk.
Right.
And I'm not finna sit here and text a paragraph.
Right. Call me up.
Exactly.
Right.
And something is that simple, like, no. And you're trying to sit here and explain and do this, and you got question after question. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
Where it can be text back and forth for a damn hour, where it can be a 5-minute conversation.
Right. And you gotta word it right, because you don't want to take the text wrong, and you gotta work around all that all that verbiage and all that, and it's just not. It's easy when you hear it.
And I've talked to guys, because they've had challenges with that particular ex, like shit. They don't even want to. I just want to email her,
right,
and everything, and because So now you start getting we start talking about coordination and everything. You're looking at communication. Your way of want to relay your message is one way. The other parent is another way, and it may not be no kind of blending in it at all. We're doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of parent, to say hey to your mama.
What's up, mama?
She on Facebook.
What's going
on the book.
Okay, cool. What's happening, mama? And so, you start thinking about that kind of stuff, again, we start talking about the challenge of co-parenting. Mm-hmm. That first one, man, just coordination, communication. Mm-hmm. You got your stuff going on. You working during the week. You want to go to a concert or something on the weekend. The kid got a game. The other parent got overtime. They just told they couldn't get off work. All this shit coming into play. And everybody just trying to find, this, again, the end game, the happy medium is supposed to always be with the children.
What do you think are some of the things that make co-parenting difficult? We're not talking about the happiness.
No, that's what they had the show about. I got a list.
Okay.
That's why I said the first one is, that's what this whole damn show is.
Okay.
I got a whole damn list.
Okay.
That's why I said the first one is just that communication, coordination.
Okay.
Just being able to sit here and just be able to relay information.
Okay.
Because again,
I didn't read the okay. I see.
You good? But what I'm saying, that first one. Just think about it, Lab. It may sound stupid, but again, let me get a call. So what's going on?
Right.
She don't want to talk to me.
Right.
But I ain't finna text no damn novel.
You texting so much, your texts are splitting up into 2 and 3 paragraphs because it's too much on the text.
And some things you can't text. It's just like, look, we need to talk. So go on this because it has 2 or 3 pathways outside a particular subject. Right. So that coordinated this communication, just trying to be able to get simple messages about that. Depending on what channel it's supposed to be received or not, you can imagine the difficulties with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've known cats be like, look, I don't want to do that. And it's not just a particular gender. Mm-hmm. Some guys may have had, or females may have had a tough time going through the process of getting out situated with the custody. Mm-hmm. And look, man, I got to protect myself. So everything may got to be text or email.
Right.
So they don't lie inside, curse them out of this, that, and that.
That's true.
And another time, I'm just saying, like with me, I'm not finna do that shit.
It's not happening.
I ain't texting all that shit. Look, man, I just got to tell you this what's going on.
Real quick,
you got a question, I can do it and everything like that. Because shit, some shit might be complex. And I don't need to type all that. You done got lost.
You might have to add some numbers and stuff in there, some dates and times.
I'll tell you a funny ass story. I was at lunch with a business partner today, and me and him were talking about some damn some concert shows. He was talking about booking an artist, and it's funny. He was talking about like an artist, it's a hip hop artist. He was booking her, and he was saying he was texting her. As far as everything with the contract, the money, and all that. He said the guy was saying, "Hey man, she kind of slow, and don't be sending her all that shit." You know what I'm saying? Like, well, she got a damn read,
right.
And I'm laughing. He's just like, man, this is a popular artist,
right? And
he was just like, hey man, look, she good for dancing,
right?
And talk about sucking and strupping and that stuff on a beat, but reading, no. Yeah, he says, man, to me, man, stop all that. Don't be giving all that,
Damn.
So I say all that sometimes, like, look here, man, there's already sometimes challenging having conversation with some people, much less now I got to sit here and articulate this stuff in words.
Right.
We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, then like I said, even from a coordination standpoint, between both parents can have jobs and things like that. Like I said, going on in life, jobs, significant others, health issues, transportation issues, things like that. Coordination can be very, very challenging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can be on both sides, and really how receptive parties are to understanding it or giving a damn about it, that causes a whole nother thing. So again, that communication and coordination is very, very challenging. That's the first one when we start talking about some of the challenges to co-parenting. Guys, come on, I need you guys to call in and share your stories tonight. Again, that's 678-740-9894. The second one is one that I think is real funky, because even though, like I said again, theoretically, when you go to that whole custody part and they do that parenting plan, the education, religion, sports activities, and medical. You know, like I said, somebody got sole primary custody, they have all decisions.
Okay.
They have all decisions. They may have some, other one can have some kind of feedback, make them aware. But if it's joint, like I said, in my case, I have two to have the deal breaker over. My ex-wife has the other two that we can't come to an agreement. But when we start talking about the second one, is that conflicts and disagreements. That shit is real.
Okay.
Cause you think about it, man. When you're together, you can have that shared vision, or somebody may have like the dominant role or the tiebreaker role when you're together. When you're opposite, and when you're opposite, well, I mean not opposite, you're not attached, and everybody got a different pathway of life. Now you start looking at it from the perspective that, shit, I think this way, you think this way. You want public school, I want private school.
Right.
You want to whoop them, I want to put them at time out. You want to, just say they can just go into work first. You want them workforce, you want them to go to college. Sports, no sports. All kind of things that could be probably like, not a big deal, but now you're away, man, she got my son in ballet.
Right.
And you sitting there losing your damn mind because your son, I'm not knocking anything, I'm just saying these are particular things, or that man got my daughter playing damn football.
Right.
What the hell, you know what I'm saying? And those kind of things, we can laugh about it, but people, it come up and people do that kind of thing, and next thing you know, you got parents going all ballistic because at the end of the day, my vision, my pathway is one thing, right? Guys, again, call in 678-740-9894, talking about challenges of co-parenting. But like I said, those are conflicts and disagreement. You can just imagine, just like, I know I've had a lot, personally with mine, but just, and it'd be a lot of times just vision stuff, just like I said, because again, now you can't even, it's difficult to have a resolution.
Right.
Especially if number one ain't together, the communication. Because we can't fix shit if we don't want to talk.
Yeah, you have the disagreements where one parent might want to move away. The primary parent might want to move to England, and you like, whoa. That's a conflict. That's a disagreement. And the primary parent's like, I got a job in England. It's paying me this. I'm moving to England, and I'm taking such and such with me. You like, no.
And just think about it. Just with that, to that point you just said, shit, what can you do if they don't even want to have a conversation
about it?
Like, you trying to be civil and talk about it. No, I don't want to talk about it.
Right. This is the decision I'm making, and that's it.
That's how that bullshit starts.
Right.
Real talk, dog. Real
that's
talk.
That's a conflict that y'all are really going to disagree about, where it may not have been a big deal, but now it's a big deal.
And imagine, because it's almost impossible to imagine, okay, we're going to be on the same page with everything, the way we think. Now, the agreement, y'all can come on a unified front. And I think that was probably one of the biggest things I knew coming, like, just with my divorce. We always had a unified front. We don't do that now.
Right, it's not unified.
Yeah, it ain't unified no more.
It don't have to be now. I mean, you think about the challenges of divorce itself, and then you add the challenges of co-parenting. And a lot of times, people feel like, if I agree with him, then it's gonna be what he wants to do, and I don't want to do what he wants. No, even though it might make common sense, it might make common good sense. It might be the best thing for that child. But because you came up with it, I'm not going to agree with that.
I'm not going to say I agree. It's not needed. I do think it's very important because, everybody's not gonna see eye to eye, but I do think it makes it more challenging when parents are on different, or doing it, because something you're just not gonna see eye to eye on.
Right.
But just to be polar opposites on something where there needs to be a decision. Because here's the deal, Lab. I want a child to do something, you don't want a child to do something. And I can sit here and say, well, I want them to do this because of 1, 2, 3. Now, you may not agree with it, because you may say, I want to do it because A, B, C. And then we can maybe have a conversation. But if I say 1, 2, 3, and you say, I ain't got shit, I just say no,
right,
that's when problems happen.
Right.
And see, that's what happens a lot of times with kids. What's up, Trading Code? What's going on, lady? Appreciate you tuning in. So we got Sexy Redbone say you can't co-parent when one side is bitter. Yeah, and that's one of the things about it. That's a great point, but that's what we talk about, the no communication and the conflict. The thing of it is that kids can function. Kids want structure.
Right.
Like most of us. And when one person is saying this and they have a reason, the other person is saying no because they don't want to, man, that's some bullshit. Because now you sitting there, or we are talking about kids going to do what? Go to the path of least resistance. So this is the easiest thing I want to do it. So if it goes down to what they don't want to, well, there's a lot of shit we don't want to do, but we need to do it because in the grand scheme of things, it'll be better. And those things happen a lot, man. They happen a damn lot, dog.
Do you think that causes the fact that that person does not want to do it, even though it's a good suggestion, causes a deeper conflict? Like it starts to trickle down to other things now. Not just the one conflict, the disagreement and the discussion you were having. Now other things are starting to bleed over to other things because, like Sexy Redbone said, it is an emotional thing now.
Yeah.
It is a bitter thing. Now, oh, you want to do that? Now I'm finna do this. You get what I'm saying? And now you got the child in the middle of y'all tug of warring. Miss Mix-a-Lot says, I'm so glad I don't co-parent no more. Them Negroes is blocked and is blocked to me.
She got a cough. Damn, Reed.
Let's say they blocked.
You know what though? But the thing of it is, to your point of everybody got a different pathway. Man, that shit is difficult.
Right.
Because like you said, like because of that, you can't do it. And at the end of the day, I do think that causes a lot of suffering, with the children because they in the middle. For good or bad, because the kids, just as much as you say they may feel bad, they may feel empowered. Because shit, I can lean on daddy with this.
Right.
I can lean on mom with this.
When daddy say no, mama gonna say yes.
Exactly.
Right,
so,
right.
At one point, at one spot can be a point like, damn, I want to be in the middle of this shit, but now they empowered where he said, now I can go around and do that.
Now y'all in competition to be the best parent. And children can pick up on that.
It ain't even about being the best parents, it's about being the biggest butthole to the other one. And so when I'm with mom, I can do this. When I'm with dad, I can do that. So I just know how to play it, and that's unfortunate.
Right.
That's unfortunate.
Right.
Because because at the end of the day, what your key component structure is missing, and it doesn't really have a positive impact on that child. Right. So again, we're talking about challenges of co-parenting. That first one being communication, coordination. Second one, conflicts and disagreements. And the third one, this is one big challenge to co-parent. That's inconsistent parent approaches, where everybody got different styles. Like we were just talking about the whooping. I whoop, you talk.
Right.
You pray. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sitting here hard line with stuff like that. I think they need to be good students, whatever. You're like, man, forget that stuff. College ain't for everybody. Da. All these kind of different things about doing stuff. You want to say, listen, they need to go to bed at a certain amount of time and do this. They stay up, do what they want to do. They,
my house, they go to bed when they fall asleep.
No flex, zone shit.
Then they come to your house, mama let us stay up all night, or daddy let us stay up all night.
Play how you live.
Right.
And those kind of things, like I said, now, just going into it, it was a good segue, just shit. Now, the kids just, they really empowered. Because I know this and that was going on. And when y'all try to, usually when you have those issues where both parents really need to come together and have some kind of remedy for a problem or solution for a problem, you can't figure it out. because everybody on vast different paths and stuff like that. And I think, man, that is very, very tough. And the problem that come up with that is, the shit'll go on until neither one of them got control, and then it be done went too far along to fix it. And then you got that damn blame game where he doing that because you wouldn't let me do this. She doing that when I tried to sit here and do that, you wouldn't let me do this, that, and that. And both parties probably true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't let me do what I wanted to do. But on the flip side of it is too, because I didn't really feel like arguing with your ass, I let it go. But by me not standing on firm ground like I probably should have, now I got a bigger, before it was just like I seen it coming. Now I got an actual damn problem here and I got to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you something, dog, like in my philosophy, to be honest with you, like shit, I've always been the type where if I don't want to be stuck with the damn problem at the end, I'm going to fix it.
Go on, fix it now.
Yeah, I'm going to fix it now.
Or get worse.
Because shit was going to come back on me anyway.
Right.
I wasn't going to have, and I'm just speaking for myself. Everybody's situation different. I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be stuck with my boys and all that. What's with the classic? You hear people tell you, you got to let them fail. You got to let them. Well, who the hell will help me fix the failure?
Right. Who going to be there to catch me?
Yeah, because when your kid fall and your kid go through shit, I mean, you had no shortage of getting opinions and advice, but you have a hell of a time trying to get help.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you don't let your kid fall, listen to these MFs, and then now you sitting here trying to fix stuff, but you can't find nobody. You know, damn, I listen to your ass tell me to let them fall.
Right.
Well, what's next? I don't know.
I ain't even let them fall that hard.
Yeah. But and people give you advice on shit they never done before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you taking marital advice from somebody never been married.
Right.
Parental advice from somebody that's not a parent. Or parental advice on somebody that may be a parent, but they give you experiences that they never went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. And anybody know me, I'm very quick to say, man, I don't know. I know what I know, and I know what I know well. But I do know, really, everybody's shit different.
Right.
Because how your kid behave and how you handle stuff is always going to be unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can just speak personally, like with my children, one I can look at, and then one I got to yell, one I got to grab, and one I just talk to them calm. We just talk through it. 4 different demeanors.
Right.
And it's not a holistic approach. Some people beat the hell out of the kids. And it may not, let me stop. We're not going to say beat. Some may, discipline their kids.
Right.
And whatever, some may sit there and talk. The results may be varied and everything like that. You spare the rod, spare the child, all that kind of stuff. It may or may not work. You don't know. That's why I say I can't. I can. If somebody come to me about situations, I can give my opinion under what I would do under my situation.
Under your experiences.
Yeah, exactly. Because, at the end of the day, man, if you and your child have a relationship, what's going on, Polo? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you tuning in. It's hard for, a lot of times, you have them conversations because, and you got to know exactly who you listening to as well, because everybody's situation, where they look at it, you can listen to the wrong person and you do some bad stuff with your children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't even say. I think I'm a very good father, but I damn sure ain't perfect.
Right.
And I made mistakes and stuff like that over the years and stuff like that. And a lot of times, I can say those mistakes helped me probably a better father on the next son. You know what I'm saying? I think my 4th son getting the best version of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Had experiences with the
Exactly.
Yeah, I was about to say our experiences always, guide us through life. How we were raised and how we live life generally trickles over into how we raise our kids and how we live life.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we were disciplined as a child, we probably gonna discipline our children because to us it worked for us. But that may not be, what the child needs. It might not work for all children, but that's what we know. That's what we've experienced, so that's what we generally will do.
I bumped heads with one of my sons this weekend, and I was damn near wanted to hold on, bro. Damn tattoo his ass.
Right.
And I'm talking about with this, not a damn pen. And I talked to one of my buddies, man. He was just like, hey, bro, this, that, and that, calm me down. gave me another angle to look at it. I was glad I talked to him.
Right.
Because me and my son talked later. Everything was smooth.
Right.
But that's what I'm getting at. Like being, you know, as a father, parent, being mature enough to be able to have them kind of conversation. Cause we're talking about tonight show with co-parenting. You got you already. I'm just speaking in terms of. I'm already kind of trying to figure out how to handle it. Now I got a whole another person. They got another approach. So I'm sitting here having this. We and my son talking. This one over here, mother, da. You know, again, I'm not talking about my ex-wife, but that's one of them things. What Polo said, you're absolutely right. What I did with Jordan, I don't do with my baby boy. And see, that's a good thing about it because, and I appreciate that, brother. Each one, you know, like my first son, you know, all of them good kids. I didn't know as much. Young daddy, you know, I knew athletics and sports. So we put everything in football. Pete, a little bit different. We're doing stuff, you know, he had his military route. Knew a lot more, but like I say, each one, just the something, and it's not, I get it's the end of father, man. I appreciate that, brother. We don't get no book, and we got a small fraternity of evolved black fathers. So a lot of times you sitting there just be able to catch, you know, an OG or something like that. It's very crucial that we do have them conversations because that holistic way of doing things, it don't necessarily work. It don't necessarily work. I'm just, you know, just we're doing it because people say, well, do this with your kids and do that with your kids. Man, shit, man, you be damn shocked the shit your kids got on their damn phones. They see and all stuff at school. Right. It's tough. What you say?
Slick says what happens is at some point kids become weapons. He said the first kids are always your tester child. And my name show says the best advice is always going to be talk to your kids and know your kids. Other than that, you can't streamline this stuff.
Yeah, and see that's the thing about it. But check this out though. You got some kids like, you know, you can talk to them and rational. Hey, you know this. You sit down and talk to them. Man, one you might gotta pop, you know, and you ain't beating them. What they said to Joe Jackson? Did you beat Michael? He said, I ain't beat Michael. I whooped Michael.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know your kids. You know, like so, like I might have one son. My military come out.
Right.
Mother, this, that, and that, and I'm not cursing. I'm cursing. We talking.
Right.
Right. You know, hell, PJ damn. A sergeant in the army now.
Right.
So we can have these conversations.
Right.
Ain't nobody in their feelings or whatever. I have with my other sons, dad just did this, that, and that. Hey, God, dog, he not personal. But I got to be conscious of that.
Right.
And like I said, we start talking about challenges of co-parenting. I'm talking about me with a particular kid. Imagine when you talking about a whole nother damn parent coming in with their spiel. They like, well, they saying all kind of stuff. Contradictory what you going on like nah, that ain't what the hell we doing.
Right.
That ain't what the hell we doing. And I can say this now because my son out of school. I didn't think my third boy, you know, we were going through the divorce. That was one of the big things. I wasn't big on him getting out of football. Ex-wife, he don't want to do this, that, and that. But I got to transition and all that kind of stuff. But that's one of them things, exactly. You know. But at the end of the day, I didn't like that. I didn't, and that's one thing I kind of. But you got to sit here like, look, if I spend time doing that, and all this other shit finna suffer.
Right.
But again, I know if we were together, it wouldn't have been no problem.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. When we talk about challenges of co-parenting, is the other person's voice may not necessarily be the best thing. I don't think that was the best thing. You know what I'm saying? Good kid, turned out fine. But at the end of the day, I do think that the route or the pathway that I had was better. And those kind of things, because again, your kids, if a kid got an idea that, well, mama said this, but daddy kind of against it a little bit.
Right.
Even though mama right, I'm going to kind of push more with daddy and vice versa. And you got to sit here and be stern like, look, man, we need to have a unified front. And I can just say that's probably what, in my personal situation, we not as much on. You know what I'm saying? We're doing that.
Do you notice when you co-parent how much the views of the maybe the ex-wife or ex-husband, those views change when y'all was a united front with the children? It kind of was kind of had, like you said earlier, you kind of had a understanding of things that are and things to be. now everybody's views can change because y'all not together, and that makes things a lot more difficult.
Absolutely, and that can be several reasons. That could be like what Sex Redbone said: emotions. They pissed off, and they just whatever you say up, they say down. You say high, they say low. Or it could be once the separation is there. If y'all split in divorce or y'all never was together, whatever, everybody evolved and matured in different pathways. You know, in my 20s, I was about business. 30s, I might be about church. 40s, I might be about traveling. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So different things have become, more prevalent in my life. So my views and opinions and everything change because, again, my personal journey in life, right? So those kind of things can be impactful on your decision making, your way of thinking. And everybody is not intuitive enough to understand it. We all ain't on the same damn page.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, there's a certain level of maturity that you gotta have to say, like, look, how I think and how she think, we gotta find some kind of way to work it out for the greater good of the kid. But everybody ain't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You think about it, dog. You probably got to be a very, very mature person. And when I say mature, I'm talking about life mature. And we talking about maybe in your damn 40s, where you've had enough life experiences to be kind of solid on common sense. And I say my point with that is, the person that you dated in your 20s to maybe mid 30s, well, just say if your child, if you are older parent, that's different. But most people have them they 20 to maybe 35. That person that you're not taking consideration how they'll be big picture wise. See, what you find out with your children is the younger they are, the more control you got. The older they get, the less control you get.
Right.
And that is a very, very, very challenging thing to deal with. What I've learned to do as a father was, especially with my oldest boy, when he went to school, really my philosophy is prepare you to be a good decision maker. Because once they leave the nest, you got to sit here and be prepared because you're not around me no more.
Right.
And now I got to sit here and make sure that you know how to handle decisions. Because when you're younger, sit down, go in there, set up, da-da-da-da. But now they in their 20s, they in college, they out there on their own, they in clubs, they at parties. Are you going to pull the rub off? Are you going to sit there and smoke this thing this guy, the stranger just gave you?
Right.
Are you going to drink out this glass that was just, exactly. Or the stranger say, hey man, going to pull it up. You have to make sure that you equip your child to be able to make them kind of decisions.
But you also have to make sure that the co-parent is understanding that too.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
Well, you can't control that.
But I'm saying, that muddies the water. That muddies the water. See, that's what we're talking about. That muddies that water.
But that's what we're talking about tonight.
Right.
Change to the co-parent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That is right there, it dog. Because at the end of the day, you sitting there, you got a clear path from a comment. That's what I'm saying. The person that you had a child with, you don't know if they're going to evolve because you thinking life stuff.
Right.
That, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't know if they're going to evolve like that.
Right.
Because she was fun, she was cool.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, y'all 40s and 50s, man, what the hell are you talking about?
Right.
And you evolve, like I say again, and that's most of we in our 40s because we had enough life experiences, achievements, mistakes, and stuff like that. So we thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? We know, we can tell a 20-year-old kid something because we know more about being 20 than they do, right? But at the end of the day, you don't know how your damn, the person you had a child with, how they've evolved.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't real talk, dog.
Yeah. They
Real
might
talk.
be at the club with your son or your daughter,
Shit.
partying up, drinking that drink, smoking that smoke.
Man, I'm sitting there looking at one of them lockdown shows. I'm triple OG something. Dude, 40-something years old, in and out of prison and stuff like that. And be honest with you, like, he still, just listen to that brother talk. His damn mindset was still at of a 20-something year old.
When he went to prison.
Exactly. Just not thinking like a kid, but just behavior, decision making stuff. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm not saying that may be an extreme, just who your the other parent is, but you just don't know how they're going to evolve to
or if they will.
That's my point. So like you said, being on the shit, you don't know. You don't know. You know what we talked about on the other show, like female could be like, my baby daddy, He he around here, selling drugs. He got all this stuff around my kid. I don't want him.
Right.
Just like it cats, man. She out there stripping at Maddox Park. They said my daughter out there on the bench and all. They see her mom.
Right.
Dog, it's real.
Right.
It's real.
It happens.
You call your baby mama up. Hey, I heard you out there stripping at the park from my daughter. Don't worry about what I do.
Right. When I got her.
Yeah. Then you go on Facebook. Your daughter doing it.
Right.
You did.
Right.
You a man. You see that. You know what I'm saying?
Your little 4, 5-year-old baby working.
Exactly,
Right,
exactly.
right.
So, man, you really don't know. That's a key thing, man. And I think, man, and a lot of people don't really realize that, especially like I'm just speaking for myself. We're going through a divorce, man. You don't know how folk like the person you met. You in your 40s or 50s. That's probably you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You may pick up fishing or checkers, guys. We might start doing some shit, golf or something like that or whatever and everything. But you kind of how you are, right? That's
right.
Mostly men and women. women maybe get older and now they want to go on trips, girls' night, typical shit.
Right.
But at 20-something, you don't know what the hell. Y'all sex, fun, all that kind of stuff. But as you get older, like everybody going different paths. So you really don't know, man.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't know, and that doesn't mean they're a bad person. But their evolution, what I'm saying, just from a common sense standpoint, because everybody, like I said, now, good guy, good provider, but don't believe in discipline. Mm-hmm. Let the kid have their way. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Call your mom this, that, and that. Don't want to teach the kid accountability. They're still a good person. Mm-hmm. They still take care of their family. But you don't necessarily know if that's going to be the case until what? That baby comes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you just don't.
You definitely see a difference if y'all split or whatever, and y'all do have to co-parent. You definitely see a difference in how they have evolved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, tonight we're talking about challenges of co-parenting. Guys, if you have any kind of issues, like I said, you don't have to be divorced. Just you got experience with co-parenting, please call in and share your you don't have to give your name or anything like that. You can say, Range Rover, Red Rooster.
Red Rover, Red
Rover.
Yeah,
there you go. But please feel free to add to the conversation and discuss challenges you may have to co-parenting, or you may just be third party, seeing family member or friend go through it. Mm-hmm. The call-in number 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. Again, we're talking about the challenges of co-parenting. The next one we'll talk about is the emotional strain that they have on children. Mm. And here's the deal, man. I know, like, with me personally, I'd be naive to sit here and say, like, my divorce didn't bother my children. Uh-huh. I'd be naive to say that. Now, again, it may vary, the actual impact that it had on all of them, but I'd be naive to say...
Between the children.
Yeah, it didn't bother none of them.
Right.
I think, my personal opinion, they can answer this better, but I do think it. I'm down to believe they probably better off not hearing no arguing.
Right.
And seeing mama cool, daddy cool, and seeing that. But you don't know the actual impact. Mm-hmm. Especially because my situation, it was a funky riff for a certain period of time. So that probably aided, that makes sense, aided with the transition. It wasn't a night and day thing, or like, but it was that. Now some kids never went through that. It's all the way from the get-go, separate households. So with it being always separate households, they may necessarily know, hey, I want to stay with daddy for a while, I want to stay with mom for a while, I got to deal with this, that, and that. See the other parent, now they dating, they ain't dating, they doing this, that, and that. Because again, I'm pretty sure I've went through my personal transition, transition you got with being a parent and doing stuff, but also the transition you got with life. So they see that shit, see mama dating, daddy dating, all this other kind of stuff. And I think, like I say, I think they'd be naive to think that doesn't have any kind of impact. Yeah, real talk. So those kind of things I think a lot of times not necessarily thought about when we start doing that, especially start looking at it like certain decisions get made by one parent and doing it, because now you talking about you can easily have your kid living out a damn book bag.
Really?
Going here, going there.
From one house to the other. Mm-hmm. Right. I get it. Emotional strain.
But I think those one of the things I think a lot of times are thought about, but you don't necessarily know till you get there. And see how that's gonna go, you know, and everything like that. I would recommend any parent, you know, to do some kind of counseling. You know, with everything for children and youth. Just to sit there and talk to somebody, get a little steam out, because kids ain't necessarily always gonna want to vent to you.
And a lot of times kids are not forthcoming with if it bothers them or not. It usually shows in their reaction to things. Grades might drop. You know, you might have a child who's got a 3.9 GPA, and then when you get divorced and mom and dad getting divorced and splitting up, it drops down to 2.8. You get what I'm saying? So I guess you have to watch
everything.
The little things, the things you may not know. They may start dressing bummy, not caring about how they look when they used to be matching from head to toe and sharp and crispy all the time, but now they're not doing so much. So children are just not forthcoming when it comes to things like that, because for one, we tell them it's none of their business. They out of grown folk business. You get what I'm saying?
Blowing the hell off. They can't come to you asking the questions, everything like that. You know, and it put kids in a funky spot.
Right.
You know? Sexy red bone set behaviors, absolutely.
Right.
Because now you sitting there like, oh, like, you know, they may have their own little part of depression or something like that going on, and things like that can be started off with that. And again, I think the best advice I can give any parent is have that proactive eye.
Right.
Have that proactive eye. And the tough part about that is, I'm gonna be very honest with you, because parents, you going through your own shit. You going through your own shit, and an old head told me something when I went through my divorce, and I always stuck, and I thought it was great advice. He said, ain't nobody gonna be right until Deonte get right.
Right.
Because, you know, a lot of times you'll sit there and say, I'm good, and you had to check, that boy, you ain't good.
Right.
And I had to kind of just, you right, he said, ain't nobody gonna be good till you good. So you do need to get yourself together, but don't be oblivious, because, you know, like, hey, you know, my kid ain't right. Because sometimes people can take that like they doing something wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, you want to make sure your baby's good. You know, but again, that it can cause a lot of strains. That could be short term, long term, or whatever. Because, you know, again, our kids just like us. We hear what our parents say, but we also look at what the hell they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So inconsistent behavior, lies, bad, you know, ways of doing stuff and everything, and it's tough. Cause you know, tough. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've gone through several different pathways in regards to blowing stuff off, the bigger person, total retaliation. And,
right.
You know, and at the end of the day, you still human, and you know you got your way of doing it. But all the while, you still got eyes.
You got children watching how you treating that parent.
You know, so how you treating that parent, how you reacting to certain stuff and everything. And I think a lot of shit is easy when people, hey man, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's real easy to say that shit when you ain't going through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You outside looking in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I will say just be very, very conscious of your kids' behaviors and stuff like that. And, you know, and I don't think there's a such thing as overlooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I might be looking too deep. Shit, you don't know. Because a lot of times, kids, a lot of us, they can compartmentalize a lot of emotions.
Right.
And stuff like that. Now they got new friends. Now they got different habits. You know what I'm saying? They might start smoking, drinking, doing all that kind of stuff, because everybody got different kind of coping mechanisms in regards to how they navigate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just be very mindful. Again, we're talking about challenges with co-parenting, and that emotion strain on kids is a big one, okay? The next one is, and guys, feel free to call in if, again, your personal experience with co-parenting, challenges that you've had, or ones you just observed. 678-740. Please call in and discuss. 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. The next one is one that I don't think people think about it. It's just like well, I'm gonna say what it is. It's increased logistical complexity.
Okay.
And what I mean by increased logistical complexity is more so how difficult it is to make shit happen.
Okay.
Usually, it's just like when you go want to get you a new car, a new house. You're like, okay, on the onset, you're like, okay, I can make it happen. I get a little overtime. I can do this, that, and that. I can afford to make it happen. But until you get in this shit, like I said, now you can't get off. And baby got a game, baby got a recital, and all this other kind of stuff. You promised other parents you're gonna be able to get them, you know, whatever.
At
Then
this
somebody
time.
called in on the job, now you can't do this and can't do that. All that kind of stuff, just the logistics of everything. Just, you know, you can't make depending on where your job at. What you had a great point. The other, when y'all divorced or separated, or at some point in time when the kid was a baby, if y'all were never together, y'all was 5 to 10 minutes away. Now you've moved one town over, out of state, trying to make stuff happen. Like, that shit hard.
Right.
So what used to be every weekend, now may only be holidays.
Right.
All this kind of stuff coming into play now. Ain't nobody fault. Shit just changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I got a new job out of the country.
Right.
Paying triple the salary. What am I to do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All this coming in the fold. So now you trying to figure out what kind of impact you can make being with your child in this new way. Can I make an impact with them FaceTime? Can I make an impact with them texting them and everything like that? I'm not saying what's right or wrong, but it's the damn thought process you got to go through now. You know what I'm saying? How can this stuff happen? Can I be effective doing this kind of stuff? You may feel it is. Maybe I can't say what's right or wrong. I don't know.
Right.
I don't feel like certain shit will work for me. Might be great for the next person because, again, my child. Next person's child, you know,
It might be different.
Exactly. So those are the particular things you got to look at when we start talking from a logistical standpoint, having them adjustments. Can you be able to, you know, handle those particular things?
And what kind of issue will it cause in this already strained relationship of co-parenting if you can't do it? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, you prepare for it in both sides. Both sides. You know, at the end of the day, what's on paper is on paper. So that's kind of thing, kind of like one of the things, I guess, when you go through a custody thing, like you can't argue what's on paper.
Right.
You know, we can always go get that whatever. When it ain't on paper, now it's just like, you know, if they do it, they do it. They don't, they don't. Right? You know what I'm saying? But I think it'd be extremely difficult with certain things. You know, just trying to figure out certain stuff and work it. And it's nobody's intention. You know, you can't control if, you know, hey, everybody call in, I got to go in to work. Or hey, I know I'm supposed to pick them up for practice, but nobody showed up at work.
Right.
And I'm on the one there.
Here.
Exactly.
Right.
I can't leave and everything like that. That stuff happens.
Every day.
And depending on who you co-parenting with, going back to like the maturity, they might not be hearing that shit.
It might be a real bad problem.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You better come.
Right.
I leave them here. You don't know what the hell you got.
Right.
Like I said, until you get in those situations, you don't know. Real talk.
It creates a real challenge.
Exactly. So that's a tough one. That logistical complexities. The next one again, the guy we're talking about, challenges of co-parenting, and that's financial implications. It's a lot easier when you get together and cover certain costs because I got to get this and I got to get that. Cost, you know, it's a bigger strain when I got to work something by myself.
Right.
And you can be together, and you know things still can be, you know, challenging. But now you start talking about
put y'all in it together.
Yeah, but you got, you know, as opposed to we paying for a mortgage. Now I got one, you got one, and we still got this one bill that being a kid. And man, that shit
bill hasn't reduced. It's only getting bigger.
Yeah,
right.
And, you know, the parent that the kid may stay with this person during the week. The weekend parent may not understand. Man, they eating all these damn groceries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're seeing more of it, this, that, and that. And at the end of the day, depending on how receptive or understand they are, that conversation may not go any damn well.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so now you got all kind of costs that can go. I can know, like with my kids, they're like now, my ex-wife out of town, shit, you know, that shit make a huge difference.
Right.
They here on the weekend eating and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I got some thick ass boys. Shit, they ain't slow down, they eating.
Right.
You know, so now all that kind of stuff come up, and I'm just talking about that. You know, and so, you know, I at least have some kind of thing in place where they're not there all the time. Some folks don't have nothing, and so now you sitting there like, man, that can be a lot. You know, just trying to handle, like I said, you're no longer operating this. You're handling this. You're handling that, and you got to come back to that. You know, just doing it. I'm finna go through a situation where tuition. We got to come over with Chris going to school. covering that kind of stuff, you know, in addition to our lives,
Right.
shit can be challenging, man.
And if you try to talk to the co-parent and be like, you know, I don't have it right now, can I get it to you?
And be honest. And being honest with it.
Right. And they like, that ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't my problem. So a lot of times it's just tiptoeing around those situations and trying to figure out
How you
the least
tiptoe,
path of resistance. You get what I'm saying? Like,
how you tiptoe it, though, Lab?
you can't. I mean, you try. We all try to tiptoe around difficult situations, but in all actuality, we still gonna run into the challenge. We're still gonna run into the problem because it's still there. It's the elephant in the room. So, but we do want to take the path of least resistance. We all gonna try that.
Yeah.
We gonna try that the best way we can. Most of us don't want to be arguing and fussing and fighting over simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? We end up doing it anyway.
Yeah.
But we try to take that path of least resistance. No matter if it's the male, if it's the ex-husband, the ex-wife, it all depends on the person, like you said, who you dealing with.
Yeah, because, like, man, that shit, you can easily be in a situation trying to maintain something, and you can ruin yourself financially. Mm-hmm. Because, again, it's already tough with your life, then this, that, and the obligation is the obligation.
Right.
But like I said, man, you don't know how the hell, you know, receptive people are going to be with that. Mm-hmm. So those financial implications can be very, very tough. We start talking about co-parenting challenges. And the last one is, and this is very, very tough, guys, and I think this is probably one of the things that most parents have a biggest thing, and that's the limited flexibility and personal freedom. Are you able to date?
Right.
Are you able to go on trips?
Do you want to?
Are you able to relax?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do certain stuff. You know, I had, when my kids would go over my ex-wife's house, that was my regroup time.
Right.
Just kind of do this and do that and
do what Pookie
do
to recharge his battery.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. And then, kids be like, well, I don't want to go with mama. I want to do this. Damn, for real?
Right.
For real?
But you can't say, but you don't want to seem like you're disappointed. So you got you got to think to it to yourself. Like, oh, you're going to say okay to them. But in your mind, you're like, damn.
Yeah, and you just talking with yourself.
Right.
And now you're trying to date, you're trying to travel, and all this kind of stuff. Now you sitting there like, damn, I can't do this. I got them during the week. Is the other one gonna be cool with this and that? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
all this shit coming out to play. Like, damn, your whole damn life can seem like it's handcuffed because of that.
Right.
Then, and depending on how the other person is, they're gonna be receptive to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be lying if I say I ain't went through no bullshit.
Right.
Just with doing mine. And I think my bullshit is probably a little poo-poo to some other people.
To other people.
Yeah. When I start hearing some of these horror stories, and I don't even think my shit cool with a lot of stuff. But, from being limited to do certain things and stuff like that, man, it can cause a big strain.
It could. It will. It will.
Because one thing, just say you dating, and you try to get another person, you trying to get to know somebody, they trying to get to know you, and then, well, we got to take the baby with us. Want to do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Wait.
Right.
Real talk.
Right.
Real damn talk.
Right.
Real talk. What women you say back in the day? We're a package deal.
We're a package deal.
F that package. Send that shit back to FedEx. Put that back on the UPS truck.
I didn't order that package.
Hell no. Shit. What's the return policy?
Right. I ordered a different package.
Damn,
this package to the wrong
hell
house.
No.
Right.
Shit. And that package got 3 other damn packages with it.
Right.
Shit no. Hell no. I want my money back.
Right.
So you said that's what I'm saying. Just think about that, man. How they can pose, because at the end of the day, you like, okay, let's be cool, enjoy each other, things like that. That can really be a lot, a lot. Like I said, just your decompression time. Like, man, I want to just this weekend, man, the kids gonna be gone. Sit out there on my porch, smoke a stick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Got the music. You know what I'm saying? Cognac, you know what I'm saying? Check out a little Pornhub, you know what I'm saying?
Be by myself.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
And real talk though, man, all seriously, like, that shit get challenged, shit, man. Because we talk about it a lot, but I don't think we really try to stress it till something bad happens. That's mental health. You need to get yourself together, too, man. And I think that's one of the things we start talking about. We start challenges of co-parenting. man, you can burn yourself the hell out. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I guess, man, those are just a few things what I'm talking about as far as challenges of co-parenting. I guess everybody got a good co-parenting situation, or they probably don't want to say that because, almost that time to start buying school clothes.
Right.
And nobody want to get the other one
About
mad.
that. Nobody want to get nobody in the situation.
Well, I heard you on Deonte's show talking about
Talking
this,
that
that.
crap. Get your own.
I ain't buying shit.
Right.
Yeah, so everybody scared to talk. They gotta get these school clothes.
A birthday's around the corner. Whatever it may be. That co-parenting come into play.
Yeah, but real talk, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. If you came in late, remember, guys, this is Change Your Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Go to the YouTube channel, Change Your Lives, hosted by Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Came in the middle of the show, whatever, you can go check out the show in its whole entirety. But make sure you subscribe to the channel and take advantage of all the great information and stories that we share on the channel and stuff, because we had a lot of good discussions. We've got a lot of good discussions coming up in the month of July. Also, guys, make sure you go to my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and business. Got a lot of great information. We have over 700 videos on their YouTube channel as well. So definitely go there and check that out as well. What I'm about to say, I want to give a big shout out to my sons, Christopher and William. We'll be at the district meet, or the national qualifier this weekend in Augusta. Yeah, so. Yeah, they qualified for that to go to the Junior Olympics. Yeah, man, big shout out to both of them. We're going to be down there this weekend trying to, take care of that, man. So big shout out to both of those guys. But again, guys, remember, if you came in the middle of the show, go to Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and subscribe to the channel. And add, if you want to, add any comments, got any questions to add to it later, do that, guys. But again, I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for all the love and support. You're helping the channel grow and everything. Love you all. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.